Hello, everybody, and surprise, I started it on fucking time. And the only person I have on the panel so far is Blue823, and go ahead, Blue.
Well, TR got something, it's been now, guys, in the external. I just mess with you guys before we get the chat going. I've gotta my, there we go. Yeah, I just like dicking with people right before we get started, just get people wound up to see what's going on. But I got nothing going on. I still got to do a VR for you, which hopefully this week, I think I'm going to get it out this week. And then there's a couple product reviews that I want to get put out. So other than that, not really a whole lot new going on in the channel area. So can't wait to get the chat started, and I don't know, maybe talk about something a little different tonight.
Yes, I have a topic. Let me share this with, oh shit, I don't know. Anyway, yes, damn it. This is for you, Sonya, friend of mine. She, on a dare, wanted me to talk about fishnet stockings or one-line stockings. Which one is preferred? So I'm going to go to the comment section out there, and I want to know, what do you prefer, fishnets or the one line? You know, the one thick line down the bottom, down the backside stockings with the garter belts. You know, maybe I'm old school. That shit's kind of fucking sexy to me. But what do y'all think?
Hello, nurse. How are you doing? We talked about it a little bit. My preferred is definitely the fishnet, without a doubt.
Okay, I'm seeing one line actually is coming out. Yeah, one line looks like it's winning out. Either one to me, I don't really give a damn. But the one line I do, you know, the one line with the garter belt, garter straps or whatever, that's fucking badass.
All right, I'm going to put a link in the external, maybe change some people's minds about the fishnet versus the one line. So that link is going out right now. So after you guys check out that fishnet, let me know what you think. One line or fishnet?
Actually, she even sent me a some educational link, and let's see. During World War II, women used to draw on their stockings because of the silk shortage. They actually used to draw the damn leggings on there. Crazy. I was like, well, hell, that's a job I'd do.
It's like tattooing your well, actually, it's like what we have now with this these legging things or whatever. Probably wasn't quite as with the weird patterns, but that's one thing. I mean, those leggings that are coming out now, have you been seeing many people in those?
I hadn't been paying attention to that.
It's almost like pajama pants, but, well, it's like yoga pants. Actually, it's like yoga pants with designs on them. Yeah.
Well, no, I don't. The pajama pants, I don't get. I don't understand that. But anyway, yeah, like I said, just as on a dare, because she didn't think I would do it. I was like, no, my chats. I don't have an agenda on my chats. I mean, mainly we talk about politics and guns and stuff like that. But it's not above me to, or below me to, or whatever you want to look at it, to talk about stockings and sexy lingerie. I need a woman on the panel. You want to come on, Mandy or Sandy?
That's like right before we went out or went live, I put on the external as something like I said, like I was madder than a jackrabbit hidden underneath the bed. After I checked out that Adam and Eve link that I just put on the external, one of the side pictures was of the jackrabbit vibrator. So I clicked on it just to see what the hell. They are charging. I don't know if this is expensive or not. Well, to me, I mean, yeah, this is expensive. For a jackrabbit vibrator, thrusting jackrabbit vibrator, $89.95. Do women really pay that much? $89.95 for, I mean, damn.
Well, I guess if it works.
You know how much ammo that is?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but they get off on different ways than we do.
Right now, your watcher's like it was like at a plateau, and it just kind of.
Yeah. Yeah, this might be the least watched chat I ever have. Our friend said it was worth every penny.
Well, at least she enjoyed it.
Yeah.
What's the topic again? Leggings.
Yeah. Sexy outerwear for women. You know, that's what we're talking about. What women like to wear that turn us on.
Ooh.
That's what we're going to talk about tonight.
I got one. This one for me every time. Overalls, the sports bra, a ball cap with a ponytail out the back, and she jumps out of a big ass truck.
That'd do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, that would do it. Yeah, we're simple folks. We're simple creatures. It don't really take that much to turn a guy on. You just gotta. You don't even have to use your imagination. What we consider sexy is not that hard to do.
Mm-hmm. And if she jumps out of that truck and she goes to the back and she pulls out her makeup kit and puts camouflage makeup on her face and then puts on the one piece camo coveralls and grabs her freaking bow out of the back and heads into the woods, that's it.
Yep, I agree with that. The ballroom dress, the real frilly shit like that, that's just to impress other women. That don't impress guys. We want to see you in high heels, fishnet stockings, garter belt, a top, maybe. That's optional. Or blue jeans and a fucking t-shirt. That will turn us on before a ballroom dress.
What's wrong with a wife beater? Nothing really.
Yeah, I'm throwing everybody a curveball here. But my friend that dared me to do this is watching, so she's not in the external out there.
Yeah, what the hell? If she's watching, why doesn't she say something?
Well, she probably don't have a YouTube account.
Yeah. It's pretty easy. Go make a Google account. You could be chatting with us left and right over here with everybody else.
Yeah. I won't say how I know her because that'll give away her age. So.
Actually, that left a lot of questions out there. You just said that. It's like, okay, wait a minute. Is he talking to like a a college chick? Is he talking to?
She's of age. I assure you, she's of age. There you go, Mindy. Blue jeans, t-shirt, boots, and a truck. Check, check, check. That's me. There you go, Mindy. I'll send you an invite if you want it, Greg. We need somebody else. These other assholes ain't coming in. I'm not a perv. I'm just a fucking man. I don't give a shit, Greg. We're going to do a bullshit session tonight. This is going to be Sunday night bullshit session chat. The round table bullshit session. I've been serious for years, so it ain't no problem to do a bullshit. And we may actually hit a few serious topics later on, but for right now, we're going to keep it light.
Which is kind of, it's not funny, but it's like kind of funny leading up to the freaking, the presidential vote, all the, the inauguration, everything. We were getting damn near, and we still had fun with it, but damn, that was way too serious. Now we can relax a little bit and watch all the snowflakes cry and actually laugh at them with just jumping on mainstream media. I mean, it's funny.
Yeah, exactly. We have been pretty serious, and for my chats, serious, I would say, because we still cut up and laugh and blah blah blah. But yeah, I mean, Trump's in office. There's not an election for another 2 years, any serious elections, and we can kind of relax a little bit. I don't think we need to, put our guard down, but at the same time, we can sigh a relief, a sigh of relief for at least a little bit, and take advantage of it.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Oh God, Frank just mentioned the vagina suits that they were wearing in DC. Did you guys see the meme out there with it's some type of ape that has a big like red mask around? I mean, it's actually how it's born, but like its face, and then around it has like this flappy red thing, and he's like, and the meme says, "Am I late for the female walk or whatever?" Man, I about crap myself whenever I saw that.
Yeah, I actually saw that one. I don't know who posted it, but I've seen it. Yeah, I know. I re-shared whatever you do on Facebook, whatever you call that. It was one, and it was I think it's Linus from the Peanuts cartoon thing. It was like Linus and Lucy, and she had the vagina suit on, and she's like, "Look, I'm trying to make a statement," and he's like, "Yes, you do." And then, and then the next little box was like, "You're saying you're a total cunt," or something to that effect.
And I hate saying it, but that for most of the women out there, the C word, that is like a huge no. You don't say that. But you know how many females I've heard using that term, speaking about these people that are out there in these bodysuits, and they're making an ass of themselves. They're not making a statement. They're just trying to draw attention. And it's, wow, that's the wrong way to make a fucking statement.
Yeah. Well, I've been around women. Women talk dirtier than men. If they want to be truthful, they're probably just as dirtier than us.
Mm-hmm.
And for them to get on a high fucking horse and claim that, oh, look, these men are being so mean and sexual. These fucking women talk way dirtier than us. And we just think we talk dirty.
Right.
Yeah, anyway. Oh, crap. Okay.
You have a message.
Oh, that must be comms. And my phone's not working. What'd I call that one?
I don't know.
Now that's funny. Did you get the same one?
I think so. Oh, yeah. I think I've posted that on Facebook. Yeah. Look, son, there's a wait a minute. Let me pull it up. So yeah, there's an angry purple-haired woman dressed as a vagina here to lecture us on human dignity.
Oh God.
How ironic. And that whole thing was put on by a Muslim woman that believes in Sharia law.
Mm-hmm.
So she thinks you need to walk however many paces behind a man. You got to cover your damn head up. You got to, the whole Sharia law. If you get raped by a damn man, you should be stoned to fucking death. That's the woman that put on the fucking women's march, and y'all all got behind it. You fucking idiots.
Yep. I saw it on Facebook. Let's go.
Yeah.
What's that saying from Top Gun? Kick the tires and light the fires.
Yeah, that's what they done.
Yep.
That whole thing was put on by somebody that believes you have no rights.
Yep.
The irony in that is just laughable. It's just like, I don't even believe in that. I put women on a pedestal myself. If I'm involved with you, women, period. I'm going to hold the door open for you. I put you on a pedestal. If I'm dating you, you're, I'm going to treat you like a goddess. But no, these women went and did a fucking million women march under the guise of a woman that believes you should be fucking horsewhipped by a man or whatever. What the fuck?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, never mind. I was gonna do a movie reference with the putting a woman on a pedestal. The 40-year-old virgin. You ever seen that?
Yeah.
What your problem is you're putting it on a pedestal.
Hey guys, what's going on?
Speaking of movies, hey Greg, what's up, man?
Not much.
Did you ever finish watching Blazing Saddles?
I did, and I'll tell you that.
What do you think about that?
I thought it was funny as hell. I thought that the references. Even fuck it. If somebody's gonna watch that today, you watch it today and you have fun with it and you fucking laugh at it because it's fucking hilarious. But there's a lot of people today that would look at that and be like, "Oh my God, I can't believe that this movie was ever made." And I think the copy that you sent me was like the 40th year anniversary, or maybe it wasn't that far. It might have been like a 25th year anniversary.
Yeah. Something like that.
Yeah. But that holy Christ, was that funny? But people were having fun making fun of themselves, whether it be a black guy, an Indian guy, a white guy, a female. It was just holy Christ. That was almost too much to handle.
That is a classic for sure. And like I say, you'll end up watching it 100 fucking times.
That is one of the best movies ever made.
What's that, Greg?
It's one of the best movies ever made. But yeah, I get what Blue's saying right now. If you put that out in major theaters today, there'd be riots everywhere. People had thicker skins back then. It was funny.
Yeah, it's just comedy. There's nothing actually, nobody forced the Indian, nobody forced the black man, nobody forced the woman, and nobody forced the white guy to make this movie. It's like, hey, we'll pay you this much money to make this movie. We're going to make fun of absolutely each and every one of us. Yeah. Have fun with it, or don't come on board. And they all seemed like they had a hell of a time with that.
Well, if you looked at the cast, it was all diverse, and they were all having fun with it. Mm-hmm. It was funny. It was just comedy. That's all it was. There was nothing political about it. It was just funny.
Well, they did a reverse deal on it because the black guy, the main character, was like the smartest guy in the town, other than like Gene Wilder, his sidekick. And it was just, they just flipped it around and, showed racism for what it is and
pretty much made fun of it. Yeah. Pretty much made fun of racism. Yeah.
Yeah. But they just some fucking funny ass scenes. Like when all the damn rustlers or whatever showed up, and there was a toll booth, no fence around it. All you got to do is drive around it, and it's like, oh shit! Somebody go back and get a shitload of dimes. It's like,
yeah, I knew it was going to be a bad movie. Whenever, I mean, right off the get go, they were whenever they said something about the railroad track ran into some quicksand. And then they're like, you know, we need some blacks or whatever the term they used was. I think they called them Negroes or something like that. Because at the time that was, they're like, we need you and you. And then like they just like started pedaling down this cart. And those two guys are talking about, you know why they're sending us here? It's like
suicide mission. Yeah.
As soon, I think that was one of the very, like within the first 5 minutes of the movie. And I was like, oh God, this is going to be bad. I mean, in a good way.
That's when he's like, we can't afford to lose no horses. Send over a couple of, well, I can't say the name, but, black guys down there.
Thank God you guys got that cart out of the quicksand.
Damn near lost a $400 yard cart.
Oh, God. But it's funny. It is funny.
I don't care if you are.
Right on.
And when the chick, the entertainer or whatever is like, supposed to seduce him and stuff. Hey, is it true what they say? Oh, it's true. It's true.
It's true. Her eyes were as big around as saucers. Yeah.
Oh, shit. For anybody that has not seen Blazing Saddles, you need to see it. I could not believe Blue hadn't seen it.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't believe it so much. I actually bought a copy of Blazing Saddles from Amazon and sent it to his ass. I was like, look, you need to own a copy of this.
It got here 2 days after we had that conversation, and I was like, no shit. He was that pissed that I have not seen this movie. But that's like, I don't know. Blazing Saddles is one of its, it's in its own class. But man, because I think that's how we started talking about it, was that A Million Ways to Die in the West. You guys have got to watch that movie as well. I know I've mentioned that now so many times that you might be sick of it. But damn, watch that movie, A Million Ways to Die in the West. If nothing else, watch the trailer.
Yeah, if nothing else, watch the trailer, because that has 10 of the best scenes in it. You cannot watch A Million Ways to Die in the West and not laugh. I dare anybody to watch it and not laugh at least once. People die at the fair.
And that was fucking Mr. Belding from Saved by the Bell. I was like, holy shit. And that's kind of showing my age. You guys have no idea what I'm talking about with Saved by the Bell. But I still, the parts that made me laugh, the absolute, oh my God, I couldn't stop laughing, was whenever, I don't know the character's name, but it's the geekier looking one, and his wife or his girlfriend is the prostitute, and he like goes into the whorehouse to visit her, and he's got flowers and stuff, and she comes down the steps, and she's like, hi honey, how are you? And he's like, oh, because she just gave somebody a blowjob, and they're holding themselves out for sex together because they want to be a good Christian couple, but she's
right
in a whorehouse.
But she's a whore in the saloon. Yeah.
If you guys have not seen that movie, oh my God. Oh, look, the ice is here. Oh, Christ.
Oh, man.
Sorry.
Whatever you get down, just watch, some old movies that are comedies, and it'll bring your spirits back up. Oh, yeah. If it doesn't, you're dead.
Yep. You can watch Blazing Saddles.
And if they piss you off, you're under the age of 20.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. But you need to watch Blazing Saddles, the Porky's movies, followed by American Pie, and then finish it up, because probably the newest one out of all those is A Million Ways to Die in the West. But, oh, my God.
Slapstick comedy. You cannot beat it.
And I'm just having a brain fart. But what's the we're riding the horses with the coconuts?
Oh, Monty Python.
Yeah, Monty Python.
That's it. Those ones to me aren't quite as funny. They're still funny. I mean, a lot of good things in there, but yeah, not as funny as the other ones we've mentioned.
Yeah, I wasn't a huge Monty Python fan, but they were still funny. I still watched them. I was more of a in my childhood, and it was hard to stay awake to watch them, but was Benny Hill. I was a Benny Hill fan.
Yep. So, out of everybody out on the side chat and the panel, what was the name of the song the theme song for Benny Hill? I can tell you because I am a saxophone player, and it is a very fun song to play on the saxophone. No, it's not Spinal Tap, Guido.
Close. It's Yakety Sax.
I couldn't tell you. Oh, well,
it's Yakety Sax. That's the theme song for Benny Hill.
I started
Look it up if you don't believe me.
Sounds familiar. Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, I didn't really pay that much attention to the theme song. I was looking for boobs when I was a kid watching that. It came on at what, 11:30, 12 o'clock at night?
Yep. I think it was even like 12:30 at night. Like it came on I think it came on like after Saturday Night Live.
Yep.
Or at least where I was at. It was late.
First time I ever saw Benny Hill was I came downstairs because I wanted to drink water, and my dad was sitting in his recliner watching it and laughing his ass off. And I'm like, oh, what's this? I was like 12. That was the first real bonding experience between me and my father over something that we agreed on. Like, that was funny. And yeah, you got to see boobs every once in a while.
And don't tell your mother about this.
Yeah, don't tell your mother about this. Yeah. I'm like, now I know why Dad always looks so tired in the mornings.
Yeah, we do chats. They watch Benny Hill.
Yep. Oh man, I grew up in the age where I grew up in a very religious Southern Baptist family, and my mother would be sitting and watching Love Boat with my father at night, back when that was a big thing. And they never showed anybody going to bed together, but they alluded to it. My mother would be over there with a big frown on her face going, that's just not right. My dad would be going, are you serious?
I almost want to start singing the Love Boat theme song now.
Yeah.
I was close. I was going to belt it out, but I didn't want people to start dropping off real quick.
Oh yeah. If I start, dropping names like Fantasy Island or Magnum PI. Now that was the time where it was different. When Magnum PI came on, my mom had a big smile on her face. My dad sitting over there looking like,
Yeah. That was their eye candy.
Yep.
But back then, you guys were stuck holding the antennas while your parents were watching the TV. Turn to the left. Turn.
Yeah, you were the remote control and the antenna technician.
I think I was in high school before we ever got cable TV.
I remember being in the remote control. Greg, go change it to channel 3 and then turn the antenna. We had one of those, fancy things that was electronic, a box that sat on the TV that spun that big aerial on top of the house. So that was my job, is to stand beside the TV and change the channel and, change the antenna to get that one of 4 channels that you got to come in.
And that damn antenna took at least a good 5 minutes to turn. So you had to you had to get prepared before the show even came on. Because if I remember right, because I just barely remember my parents having something like that, or maybe it was my neighbor, but you would just see the antenna. I mean, and it moves so slow, and it was like, holy shit.
Oh, it was slower than the big antenna dishes that we got later. You have this big 12-foot parabolic dish in your backyard, and you either had to go out and hand crank it over to the other satellite, or if you were really lucky, you had the box on the inside that would change it. But yeah, it took 5 minutes to go from one satellite to the other. And every one of your neighbors knew if that satellite dish was standing straight up in the air, you were watching Playboy Channel.
Mm-hmm. And it wasn't even that good reception. There was like green and red lines going through it. And if it winded really, really hard, you'd be like, oh, I just saw a booby.
Boop, boop. Damn it. God, I'm really telling my age here tonight.
The one bad thing about these chats, DR, is like whenever we do more of a chat like this, which is just a bullshit have fun session, I drink way faster than what I usually do.
Oh yeah,
because it's like you're literally sitting on a bar stool talking to somebody, just bullshitting.
Well, like I said, on a dare, my friend Sonya, she's still watching, which I think she is, dared me to do this, and I was like, "Look, I trust me, I'll do it. Don't fucking dare me."
Guaranteed to make me do it. Tell me I can't, or dare me to do it. Yeah.
Exactly. That's like what I do for a living. I mean, okay, Kyle wants to link. If a machine's broke, it's like it pisses me off, and I'm like, I'm not allowing this damn machine to make a fool out of me. I'm gonna fix this son of a bitch. Half the time, I just walk up with tools in my hand, or I push my toolbox to it, and all of a sudden it'll fix itself. It's like, oh shit, there's Roger. He's gonna fucking put wrenches on me. Okay, I'm good. I'm good.
I'm good, Roger. Don't touch me. I was like that when I worked for L3 and worked on the examiner machines down in the basement of the airports that, you know, your check baggage went through. When you had a problem with a machine, the first step to fixing that problem was to come up to the side of that machine and kick it right where the computer bay was. Just kick it really hard and wait 5 minutes. Because sometimes that's all it took. You know, there was a little bit of dust or something between the cards, and kicking it reseated the cards, and it just booted back up and worked.
If you think about it, though, we still do that today. Something isn't working quite right, or it's got a little bit of a hum or a click to it. What's the first fucking thing you do? You walk up to it and you give it a couple raps, and
yeah, it's called a smack boot, and it works.
Yeah, exactly. It's not so much that I've got that much knowledge. It's just I know where to kick the fucking machine.
Yeah, you know what part's gotten loose and where to kick it.
Yeah. You walk up and reboot. It's like, what hell, I could have done that. Well, you should have done that before you fucking called me.
I told you 5 times.
No, seriously. I mean, the machines I work on, I won't say half the time, but a lot of the times, seriously, just power it down, power it back up. It's just like your PC at home. You know, and most of the time, okay, it works fine now. What was wrong with it? I don't fucking know. It's fucking gremlin running around on it, you know. Just reboot it. And
most of the time, it's just a memory in the computer has gotten eaten up by the program running, and booting it down and booting it back up clears that memory, and it starts working again. It's I worked telephone support for computers for IBM. Worked lots of clients, Disney, Pizza Hut, all these kinds of different places that used our point of sale equipment. And that's the first step ever. Turn it off, wait 2 minutes, turn it back on. Is it working? Yeah, okay, good. Have a great day. You know, it's a 2-minute fix. If it doesn't come back up, then it gets kind of intense. But
yeah, Mr. Combs Prepper, I'll give you.
Hey, Combs.
I'll let you do an intro, and you have to tell me which do you prefer, fishnet or one-line stockings.
That's quite an intro. I'm going to have to go with the one line. Thanks for the invite. I must have missed something.
TR, you didn't give me that intro. Mine would be none of the above unless they're laying on the floor.
Well, you might have missed the beginning of the chat. On a dare, that was how I was supposed to do this chat. I was going to do the chat is fishnet stockings or one line. You know, the sexy one line stockings. That was a dare that was proposed to me, and so I started the chat off of that.
What was the dare? Were you supposed to wear them or model them?
No, just discuss it.
Now that would be an interesting chat if Roger actually wore them.
I ain't quite that kinky.
Yeah, I was over in the Prepper HF network tonight, so that just wrapped up.
So, Combs, you have not given a choice yet.
Oh, I said straight line.
Oh, straight line. You're telling your age. When's the last time you saw a straight line stocking?
20 years ago.
Yeah, that was sold in the store. Yeah.
20 years ago?
Yep.
I'm thinking the logistics of what's going to be easier to take out of the dryer when it jams up.
I'm thinking of the logistics. The straight line stockings had a garter belt. It was harder to get off.
I'm thinking the logistics of what's going to be easier to take out of the dryer when it jams up.
Hey, Rick.
Well,
straight line stockings had a garter belt. It was harder to get off.
I'm thinking the logistics of what's going to be easier to take out of the dryer when it jams up.
Mute the external there, Rick.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I'm getting this playback twice.
Oh.
There you go, Rick. There you go.
Well, what I'm thinking is if they got the right, little the thing the garter belts are supported by, it's open, so they don't have to take them off.
Yeah. Garter belt and stockings,
which
no
makes
pennies,
it more
no
sexy.
problem.
When
You do have
Blue did that, I was like, what a dick. But because he always does that. So then I got confused myself.
No,
Sorry,
I was
boy.
actually doing that because you were echoing so bad right off the get-go.
Hey, that's called an intro. Bam.
What's that? McConaughey says, if you're going to make an entrance, make an entrance.
That's right.
But yeah, I prefer the garter belt and the stockings and no panties because it's no problem.
I thought TR ran a prepper channel.
We went way off the reservation on this one.
Well, it depends on what you're prepping for.
I'm trying to impress a chick. She dared me to do this chat, so that's what I'm doing. Okay.
There is actually
All right, y'all go ahead.
There's a serious question out in the chat room. Somebody wanted to ask what the Prepper Network was. If Calms can do a quick rundown, just what that is.
All right, so there's a group. It's actually out in the Northwest called AMRON. The American Readout something. It's AMRRON. But they also have what they call TAPR, the American Preparedness Radio Network. And every Sunday evening, 9 o'clock East Coast time, they run a high frequency or HF network for an hour. And there's a topic of the week related to emergency preparedness and prepping in general. So tonight's topic was, what type of accessory would you want in your communications bug out bag? Other nights it's beekeeping, raising chickens. You never know what they're going to have going on each week. So that starts at 9. Of course, it conflicts with TR's chat here, but I try to do both and try to multitask. So it's if you have a shortwave radio or you have a HF radio, it's actually a pretty cool network to monitor at least.
Now, is there a website that if you don't have the radio or have the frequency that you can actually listen to what you guys are talking about with actually participating?
Yeah, I'm going there right now. You actually join. Okay, so the website is, I'm going to give this phonetically. Alpha Mike Romeo Romeo Oscar November dot Charlie Oscar Mike or .com, Amron. And it's the American Redoubt Radio Operators Network, or Amron.
Very nice. Cool.
And they also run what they call the Channel 3 project. Channel 3 on CB radio, Channel 3 on FRS, Channel 3 on GMRS for people who don't have ham radio licenses. So it's kind of a consensus that in an emergency, Channel 3 would be where you'd go.
Well, that's good to know.
Yeah. Especially for somebody like me that owns a ham radio. I don't have a license. I can listen, but I don't know how to program the damn thing.
What type of radio do you have?
You're gonna give me shit over it. It's a Baofeng.
I'm
But
sure
it's what I can. It's what I can afford.
Just
right
don't
now.
even answer them. Don't. I remember last.
Yeah.
Just let it go.
Hey, are you on sewer or septic?
Sewer.
It'll fit.
Right on.
All right, C-Max, are you on, buddy? I see his picture.
C-Max is there. He's muted.
Oh, it says hold on. Okay. Well, whenever you come on, you got to give me the answer: fishnet or one-line stocking. That is your intro. Which you prefer?
C-Max, just tell him bare legs are better.
No, it's stockings and garters, man. Come on.
Come on, that's more to take off.
They ain't got to take them off.
Just bring some scissors.
Isn't there a way you can use a stocking, for a broken fan belt or something, make the prepper themed?
Oh yeah, especially if you have a serpentine belt, it works better than actually buying a new belt.
Yeah, so wouldn't the straight line be better?
Well, it's tougher. Yeah. Try to rip one of those straight lines off. It's not going to work.
But what if you had to go
I'm
fishing?
talking about the stockings that's only like thigh high and they stop and they got a garter on them. I'm talking like lingerie.
How about one of each?
Well, yeah, TR, I understand what you're saying. That's sexy as hell, but it's like I always, when I call Julia, when I'm coming home, I tell her, don't have anything on but the radio when I get there.
I'm just trying to screw everybody up coming in on this chat.
How's that screwing everybody up? That's making everybody think.
Serious shit.
Smoke coming out of my ears. Talking about Benny Hill.
Hey guys, it's Sunday night. Everything goes. Everything goes.
Okay.
It always goes in TR's channel.
Who here is married 10 years or more? Doesn't
Me.
have a snowflake's chance in hell and ever seeing a set of stockings again.
Me.
Yeah, no shit.
Well, I'm single, so I get a chance to see that shit. So
17 years on this marriage and 10 on the one before that. So yeah, I get what you're saying.
I got 17 in. 17 years in the slammer.
Yeah. 17 years in here over dinner. If I get a wink wink from the wife, that means, yeah, we're disappearing into the bedroom, and
You
I
still
don't
get
care
a
what
wink?
I don't care what the kids hear. I don't care.
How many kids do you have?
7 and 2 grandkids.
Well, you're goddamn fertile, that's for sure.
Well,
You can
I
probably
never said I
call
was
Julie
shooting
on the phone
blanks,
to get
so.
her pregnant.
Yeah, 7 kids and 2 grandkids.
Damn.
And yeah, the 6th life is still very much alive.
I got 3 kids, but I'll never say another thing again.
See, I'm in the same boat as Combs. I got 3 kids. Ain't never happening again.
And they're all girls. So the deck is stacked against me. Even the cat and the dog.
Oh yeah, I worry about the dogs. We have 2 male dogs and a female dog, and I've seen what the the wife has done to the male dogs, so I don't try to piss her off too damn much. They're both the male dogs are fixed, and I'm like, I don't want to be fixed.
Fixed is good.
I'm fixed. I'm in my 40s, and women in their 40s, if you find a single woman, I mean, of course, she's probably going to have kids or whatever, but they're horny as fuck. And that's
Yep.
what I love about being in my 40s and single.
Right on. You know, guys go into that horny stage between 20 and 30. And at 40, they kind of back off. And at 50, they discovered Viagra. And it's on again. It just is. Not lying. The desire is always there. The ability, maybe not.
Man, I'll tell you, I wish that just because we're being polite to each other that we didn't mute our microphones. Because, dude, you made me laugh so fucking hard right there. Oh, my Lord. And I would have just covered up everything you were saying because I was laughing so hard. But damn.
Yeah, like I said, I did this chat on a dare. I mean, it's my normally scheduled chat or whatever, but
Yeah, no shit.
I just want to screw everybody up, you know. Like me and Blue, we were talking earlier. You probably missed it, and it's like, look, we got Trump in the White House, we got the Republican majority in the Senate and the Congress, and we can actually take a little brief moment, a sigh of relief, and kick back for a few minutes. I'm not saying don't continue to fight, don't continue to prep, don't continue to do whatever you're doing, but at the same time, I feel like we got to kick back and have some fun. So let's just fuck off for a little bit, you know.
TR,
You got a year. You got a year to just, you know, flip back and relax. We got 2 years until it's going to be a problem again. Yeah, take 6 months and go, woosah, woosah.
A bunch of guys in my office, you know, everybody's on these. I hate smartphones, but you know, text messaging, and they're like apoplectic over this Trump thing. You know, they were all Hillary supporters, and they're carrying on all day long. And I'm getting these text messages. What do you think, Hank? What do you think, Hank? And I'm just like, I'm not biting. I'm not taking the bait. I'm the only Trump guy in the shop, and I couldn't hold back anymore. I said, what do I think? It's like the 12 days of Christmas is what I think.
Right on.
Every day I turn on the news, it's like finding a bonus prize in the bottom of the stockings that I missed on the 25th. Holy, look, an AR, hey, 10,000 rounds of ammunition, night vision, gift cards to Cabela's. It's great.
Yeah. It's like, hey, damn, I didn't log in until 4 p.m. today, but the news said that he actually went forward with something that he promised on the campaign trail. I'm like, yeah, like Christmas all over again. Yeah. Do I agree with all of it? No, but it's better than Hillary.
Listen, I told him, I said, are you all surprised? He hasn't done anything he didn't say he wasn't going to do.
Right.
And he's actually doing something. That's like a shocker.
Yeah.
Well, just to get serious for a second, and then I'm going to flip back to goofing off. But, you know, the whole airport thing, you know, they're, oh, look, he did a Muslim ban. All he done was carry forth what Obama put in writing.
Exactly, TR. Obama did it, and nobody said shit about it. Trump did it. He backed it up, and all of a sudden, oh my God.
Yeah. I mean, he done. All he did was enforce what Obama had already wrote in fucking pen, was on print. He fucking done what Obama put in print and said, okay, yeah, we're going to do this now. So what the fuck? And
nothing changed. It's just a new president. He's just reinforcing what Obama did on that part of it. Yeah. Obama did that in 2011. That's when
Fucking
he, that's
Schumer
when he
trying to
put that in
fucking-
place.
Yeah, Schumer over there trying to fucking throw a tear out. Oh, look, oh, this is so sad. Blah, blah. Hey, fuck you. Shut up.
It's the thing I
Hey,
love about snowflakes, when the sun comes out, they melt.
Hey, on a side topic, I want to apologize to TR and Blue. I totally punked out this weekend. Did not go to the retreat location and make that video I promised, but I will do it next weekend. But I looked at the weather. It said it was going to be 25 degrees in that mountain. I wasn't going.
See, now it's only a temperature. You got to get out there and you got to do it. We need to see real life, real live. Bam, this is what's going on. I'm just messing with you. I wouldn't have done it either.
Hey, I thought about it Friday. I was like, all right, yeah, I can put the shit in the truck. We're looking at $100 in gas to get out there. It's going to be like really, really cold. They're going to have to wait for that video.
I hear you, Combs. I wouldn't spend all night out there in those conditions either. But my computer room is not insulated. It's on the back side of the house, and it's 28 degrees in here right now where I'm at. It's 78 degrees inside the house on the other side of this door. So you can survive for, a few hours, but when you go to sleep at those conditions, you might not wake up.
The problem is, if there's nothing to do out there, I call a redneck, and it's too cold to ride the ATVs, it's too cold to shoot guns, then the bubbas are like, well, let's go to Harbor Freight. Let's go to Tractor Supply. And now I blew $100 on gas and spent $300 in shit that I don't need.
Yeah. That's like, every time I walk into Harbor Freight, I have never walked out of there without spending over $150 ever.
Yeah, and if you would have gone to a good store, you could have paid $200 and got a piece of equipment that would actually last.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, it would last more than 3 months. Yeah.
Okay. In defense of Harbor Freight, my neighbor out in West Virginia, he bought the electric cement mixer. I bought the drywall lift because we both had projects.
Mhm.
That electric cement mixer for $189, I think we've run 280-pound bags of cement through that thing already, and it hasn't broke yet.
Well, for short projects, that's the cheapest way to go. Yeah.
And we abuse the shit out of that thing, and it keeps turning and keeps mixing.
If you're doing it for a living, buy the more expensive one that's going to last longer. But if you just have a short project, go to Harbor Freight, buy that shit, get the job done. If it breaks down in 3 months, fuck it, go buy another one for $30. If it's not your business, it's just, home repairs or whatever, go to Harbor Freight. It's great.
Yeah, I did the pad for the off-grid solar power project with that cement mixer, and it worked better than mixing it by hand.
Right on.
Hey, Combs, was that a steel barrel or a plastic barrel?
Oh, and the cement mixer?
Yeah,
It's metal,
got it.
but it worked.
Yeah,
You
No,
can
I was
only
thinking
do.
about washing brass with it.
Yeah, I mean, you can only do one bag.
Yeah,
But I was able to throw 80-pound bag in, mix it, dump it, had another guy troweling that shit out for me, and get the next bag up.
Well, if you clean it out when you're done with the job, it might last 2 or 3 jobs. Maybe.
Well, I'm getting ready to add another building out at the retreat location, so now I need to get somebody to come in and do a 10 by 14 pad for me. I'm gonna get one of those prefab sheds.
Now, what are you going to store in there? Are you going to do like just regular storage for the stuff you bring out, or is it going to be a dedicated room?
Well, it's only a 2-bedroom place, and people keep coming out. Hey, let's go to your cabin, and it gets choked up. So what I want to do is put a couple of bunk beds in there.
Mhm.
Like when the neighbors come along with their kids, I can put all the kids in there. so insulated drywall, and I want to have a section where I can put the solar power batteries, because I'm having second thoughts on keeping the batteries up next to the panels. So I'm thinking I'll just drop the power from the panels down below to that building, and then run the AC power over to the retreat.
What's that, Rick?
Testing 1, 2, 3.
I
Fire
can't say
alarm?
nothing. My phones are going off like a fucking Mad Max over here or whatever. I don't know.
Fire alarm, Rick? No, that's a different alarm. That's the one that tells me that I need to take medicine. They sound the same.
See the difference there, TR? You're getting texted by a woman that's blowing your phone up. Other people, med reminder.
Yeah, I'm married. I'm married. When my phone blows up, it's like time to take your medicine.
Oh, like
Yeah.
sucks.
See, this is the advantage of being single. Well, I can't say every one of them, but half of them have been from a chick, so that's a good thing. Now she's 2 states away. I can't fucking touch her, but it's still good.
And you better hope that since you put that out on the live chat, that half the time it's from the same chick, 100% of the time.
Oh, come on. He's single.
Oh no!
Why the hell?
Right
the hell would you want to have the same text from the same chick all the time when you're single?
She's sitting here. She's watching the chat. She's hearing the ringtones go off, and she's like, "Well, I didn't send him a text, man. Who the hell sent him a TR? What the hell are you doing?"
See, Blue, you're in a married mindset.
That's true, Blue.
To see, you guys know what I'm talking about. Your phone goes off, wait like too many times, like boom, 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 boom. They're like, who the hell's texting you? If it's like once and you answer back, no big deal. You like hit that 5 threshold limit, man, you might as well just put your balls up on the mantle because you ain't getting them back for at least a week.
Hey, you got to be careful. TR's prospective dates listening to this right now.
Yeah, and Blue, you're married. Balls on the mantle, you're lucky. Mine are in a jar in a cabinet.
In the safe.
I get mine back at least once a month. I get them back, and then like during hunting season, I get them back for like 3 weeks at a time. I think I'm doing okay.
So she's not worried about you screwing a deer. Okay.
No.
Just kidding. Just kidding. I know what you're saying, Blue. I know what you're saying. Been married 17 years.
Somebody's got big ass background.
All right, see, Max. So we got a lot of background noise going on there. What you got going on?
I think I finally got it to work.
Go ahead, see, Max.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, cool. Okay. Well, hey, everybody.
Hey, see, Max.
So your thoughts?
I had to jump back on here on the stocking thing.
Yeah. Fishnet or one line?
I kind of like the line.
There you go.
I'm with C-Max. I like the Van Halen song. That is sexy as hell. It really is. Especially when the line stops about 6 inches above the ass. Yeah. Sorry, Sandy. I don't mean to offend anybody of the female persuasion out here, but yeah, that does it for me.
I don't think it's offensive. I wouldn't think it's offensive to talk about what a guy think is sexy. Shouldn't that be information for women out there?
Should be, yeah.
My memory doesn't go back that far.
Like, well, the way I look at it is Julia is beautiful. Her face is beautiful without makeup. Don't spend a lot of time on makeup. Yeah, the one-line stockings, that's going to be doing it for me more than what your face looks like. I already fell in love with your face. You want to get me interested? Something below the waist is going to get me interested. Yeah, I'm just a dog.
Yeah, but you got to throw in, what's the cost versus like a box of ammo to put back?
Oh my God, the box of ammo would be put back for all the other guys that are looking at her. Yes, I'm drunk.
I did get lucky. I got some 22 long rifle this week at Dick's Sporting Goods. They had some in stock.
You found some?
Yeah, it was a 325 pack, but they had a pile of it there.
Wow, here in Washington, you have to know somebody at Walmart that tells you when the shipment's coming in and hides it back in the warehouse. And you come in and give them the password and the secret handshake. That's the only way you get 22 long rifle here.
At the risk of losing half my subs, last weekend I actually uttered these words as I was cleaning up at the retreat location. I think I have too much ammo. Because every drawer, I know, I felt horrible, but every cabinet and drawer I opened, I was like, oh shit, I forgot about that box I bought. Oh, there's another box. There's another box. I was like, this shit's everywhere.
Right on.
I wound up I filled 5 ammo cans mixed between long rifle and 5.56 because I kept buying these boxes and I forget where I put them, and I was cleaning up. I was like, oh, what's this? What's in this bag? That's kind of heavy. Oh, that's 2 boxes of 5.56.
So, question for the panel: if you had $500 free and clear tomorrow, what would you buy? Another gun or more ammo?
A hooker.
Right on, TR. If you're single, right on. I totally get that.
Hey, TR,
just sitting here on the chat, I got 1,000 rounds sitting behind me, and this is just on the chat.
Right on.
Hey,
that
TR,
was a trick question. I would buy more food. I've got a lot of ammo, and I've got a lot of guns.
I got food. Fuck that.
Hey, TR, didn't you imply that this session is being monitored?
Yes.
Did you forget that part?
Yeah.
We're already on the list. It don't matter anymore.
The correct answer for TR would have been flowers.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that list.
The reason I said food is I have 7 kids, a wife, a mother-in-law. Yeah, we need more food.
You might want to throw toilet paper on that list.
Oh, hell. Toilet paper is going to be like gold when shit hits the fan. You could trade two rolls of toilet paper for 150 rounds of ammo.
All right. So for all you who are really prepping, just so you know, if you buy those big packages of toilet paper at Costco, you can crush them down and get them into 2 5-gallon buckets from Walmart or Home Depot.
Oh yeah, you just crush the center roll. Step on it. That's all you have to do is step on it.
Yep. My crawl space is lined with them. It's all toilet paper.
Food, I got plenty of food. I would say toilet paper is probably my biggest weakness. I got ammo, I got guns, I got food. Toilet paper is probably my weakness.
Well, think about it. 6 weeks in, you're out of toilet paper. Now you're wiping your ass with leaves out in your backyard. What leaves are those? If it's poison ivy or poison oak, oh my God.
Yeah, I can hear my wife now while I'm cutting up those sheets. That's a 400 thread count. Don't use those.
I can sleep on the ground. I don't want to be wiping my ass with oak leaves. I don't.
That's right.
Yeah, I agree with Chris. Water. If the water gets contaminated, what are you going to do?
Well, yeah, water's going to be your most important thing to have. 3 days without water, you're dead. Pretty much.
Depends where you're at. I don't prep for water as much anymore.
Well, you've got a flowing
fucking river run through your yard.
Yeah, you've got a flowing creek.
I know, exactly. All I
Moving
need
water is
to bring
pretty
a
safe
cup
to drink.
or a bucket.
Yeah.
All
Moving
you
water
need,
is
Rick,
pretty safe to drink.
That's why I moved.
Yeah, all Rick needs is a good filter system. That's it.
Yep.
He's good.
Yep.
Or boil it.
Parlusk, what's up, dude?
Hey, Parles. Didn't see you jump in.
What's going on, guys?
All right,
I got on a little late.
All right, that's okay, but you got to answer a question.
Oh dear
Mhm.
God.
Yeah.
You have to answer
Or
this
the
question.
one-liners, the one-line stockings. You know, the line in the back. Do you prefer the fishnets or the one line?
I don't know. I have to Google them and look at the pictures.
We ain't got time for you to look up porn.
Parles says he has to look at the woman.
Oh dear God, to be young again.
Well, you know, TR, he has a point. It depends on the woman.
Well, he's a young guy. He just don't. He probably never
Yeah,
even
but
seen that.
yeah, but you know what I'm saying. If the thighs are like 22 inches around, it makes a difference. It really does.
I think he's just too young to understand that when women dressed up in lingerie, now they just fucking drop fucking trowel and do it. You know.
But yeah, they're
Like in our
wearing
day,
gym
they
shorts.
actually dressed up and put on lingerie.
Well,
The only time I would see these is during Halloween.
Well, yeah, they're just wearing gym shorts and drop it, and it's shaved smoother than a fucking luge.
Oh, yeah. I probably would prefer fishnet.
There you go. All right, that's all I was asking.
You got to watch the old MTV video by Robert Palmer, Simply Irresistible.
Right. Or anything by Whitesnake. Anything by Whitesnake.
Now it should be yoga pants or Daisy Dukes.
Oh, Daisy Dukes. Daisy Dukes leave a little bit to the imagination. Yoga pants? Nope. You can see that camel toe right away.
And the problem with that is what?
Yeah, what's the problem?
I like a little bit of a surprise when the pants come down. I don't want to know everything right away. That's just me. That just could be me.
See, fishnets would be better for prepping because you could use them to catch fish.
Yeah, you could actually make a Cree out of that.
That's like
Use them for skeeter netting.
Oh God, I love Sunday nights on TR's chat.
I'm trying my best to trip y'all up.
Not gonna happen, TR.
All right, 5.56 versus 7.62.
Depends on the distance.
No, it depends on what you have stocked up.
Well, yeah, but I mean,
No, are you talking 308 or are you talking Kami 762 by 39?
Good question.
Here we go.
within 150 yards, I would actually prefer a AK.
So on Shit Hits the Fan, where do you think you're going to find what caliber ammunition close to hand?
Well, if you don't have it already, you're shit up the creek.
Yeah,
It
I
depends
agree.
who
I
invades
agree, TR. I agree. But if you didn't do that and you had to go, killing your neighbors to find it,
You're probably not going to find either one.
what's going to be the most popular brand of ammunition?
I think popular is going to be 223.
Yeah.
But if you got to depend on who's going to invade the country too, if you're going to talk like that, because if you got Russia or
it
Korea,
depends on the state that you're in. Arizona is going to be more AK ammunition. Washington is going to be more 5.56. South Carolina, North Carolina, it's going to be a mix. Those guys stock both.
Well, I'm not going to go door to door looking for ammo to start with. You know, I'm not going anywhere in a shit hit the fan situation. So
Yeah, I get that, TR. I'm just saying if you
I'm
ran
just,
out, and you're not going to run out, you make your own ammunition.
Yeah.
Hold on, TR. It sounds like you're going to be looking for toilet paper.
yeah, I
Yeah.
might be. Well, I mean, I'm a guy. Hell, I can, I can just use a hose and squirt myself off and, wash off, and I'm good. Use some
The
leaves.
redneck bidet. Yeah.
You just find those small poplar trees and you bend them over and then just drag your ass along them.
Ow. 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 Ow.
But
Ow, ow.
my neighbors are going to have like 30-30 or 308. They're probably not even going to have 223.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, the guys that have 223 or AK rounds, those guys are probably already fucking maxed out on ammo themselves.
Yeah. They're already entrenched and they don't need any more ammo.
Yeah, I'm not
Or
going
at
to take
least-
over their house.
For at least a couple of years. Yeah.
I am not going to their house.
I'm not going to go into their house and take their ammo because they're
Right.
me before I get there.
Yeah, because they're just going to bury you out in the backyard or just leave your corpse to rot. Yeah.
There's going to be a lot of people with budget ARs, 2 magazines, and like 200 rounds. That's going to be everywhere. Or 1 AR, 1 magazine, and a case of ammo. I see that a lot with people. Or 10 different guns, 10 different types of ammunition, and a box apiece for each one.
That's the only thing that I worry about is, and I don't really worry about it, is 223 or 5.56. I don't care which one you're shooting. If you put 5 rounds into somebody, it's not going to matter whether it was 223 or 5.56. It's not.
When you start comparing 223 or 5.56 versus 7.62 by 39, there's really not a comparison between them because most people that shoot 5.56 shoot 55 grain brass, and then you take somebody that's shooting AK, they're shooting bottom of the barrel Tula ammunition. You can't compare them both. I have AKs that will shoot up with ARs. If you get really nice AKs that are built right, I mean, I have one with a 12.5-inch barrel. It's a short barreled rifle, and I've hit 6 and 8-inch targets out to 700 yards with it.
Well, 30 round ammunition or 30 millimeter ammunition or 223, 5.56 doesn't matter. If you put 5 shots into center mass, you don't have to worry about it. It doesn't matter what caliber you're using.
And the AK has a whole lot heavier hit than an AR does.
Oh yeah, it may
especially
only
when you
take
get
2 rounds.
Yeah, when you get
Well,
out of
remember
range
this.
too, you still have a bigger hit.
At the end of the Vietnam War, the AK switched to an AK-74, which is their copy of our 223. That personally tells me a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, in what little informal training I've done, the AK and the AR pretty much hit the fucking same.
Yeah.
The AK has a heavier round, but it's traveling slower.
They're both
The
designed.
AR has a smaller bullet, but it's traveling faster, and they end up having about the same fucking effect.
They're both designed to hit accurately under 300 yards. That's what they're designed to do. It is a battle rifle, not a sniper rifle. So
I'm just saying.
You put 5 rounds
go
into somebody. I don't care if it's 223, 5.56, or 72.65, whatever. You put 5 rounds into somebody's center mass, they're not going to come forward. They're going to die.
You could put fucking 5 rounds of 32 H&R in their ass. 5 rounds, they're fucking falling. I don't give a shit. I'm just saying that The AK and AR.
So if you have an AR or you have an AK, great. You have a battle rifle. That's all I'm saying. You have a battle rifle. It's used within 300 yards to 15 feet. That's what it was designed to do, and it works great.
I'm saying that the test I've done, that what shooting I've done, AK and AR are pretty much equal.
Yeah.
And anybody can make their fucking argument beyond that, but I'm just telling you, when I shoot a steel plate, it does the same damage whether I shoot my AR or AK at it.
Right on.
At a soft steel target, it made the same impact.
The only thing that AK has over an AR is you do not have to do as much maintenance on it. An AR is a very tight tolerance rifle. You have to break it down, clean it out a lot more than an AK. An AK is going to shoot just as accurate if you dumped it into a creek, you dropped it in mud, whatever. It has loose tolerances. It's going to shoot the same at 15 feet to 300 yards. It's going to shoot the same.
I would disagree just a little bit on that. I mean, AK is definitely, I think, a lot more resistant to that type of stuff, but there's been enough videos out there, and TR's done a lot of them with the Christ, how many did you shoot in that one fucking 3 minutes, 500 rounds, and you threw it and you fucking Christ, the one video, didn't you fucking bury the barrel like fucking 6 inches in the mud, picked it out, fucking took a stick, rammed it through, shot some more, threw the fucking thing again. Yeah, just a real quick stick run to make sure you didn't have the barrel plug, shot it again. I mean, a lot of it is what you pay for. I hate saying it like that. I think a lot of it's what you pay for. I got lucky with a cheap ass gun, or a cheap ass AR. I've had no issues with, but TR has done a lot of.
I have abused the shit out of my AR, and this is a budget build. Yeah. This is a $505 fucking build, excluding the scope. I've shoved it in the mud. Just like Blue said, I threw it in the fucking woods one time, buried the fucking barrel, slammed it up against a fucking tree to get the mud out of it, and then continued to shoot it.
Right.
And I do not clean my guns. This motherfucker is dirty as shit.
I think I clean my carry gun.
I've shot 300 rounds of lead bullets through this particular gun without cleaning. Not full metal jacket. No, fucking lead bullets.
But
without cleaning.
But TR, you do have to agree that you do have to do more maintenance on an AR than an AK. The AK's tolerance is so loose.
There could be some truth to that, but that's not even a gun with a chrome line barrel.
I get it.
My AK is got a better barrel than my fucking ARs.
My AK or my AR is a MP15 Sport. I have never had a problem with it jamming. I've never had a problem with it ever. And I've shot probably 2,500 rounds through it.
The only problem I've had with my AR,
the AK is the loose tolerances allow it to function. Maybe not as accurate, but it does function better than an AR.
And that has to do too with direct impingement versus piston driven. Yeah. An AR is, shit's where it eats. The gases is what blows the bolt back. In AK, you have a piston. So you get all the dirty gases coming back into your chamber with an AR. But they got AR's got a real bad reputation in the 70s, mainly because of the ammunition that they were running through them were causing them to. And they, revealed these, or they brought these out and directly stuck them, in the Vietnam War.
Was not enough to drive the bolt back as hard as it needed to be.
Yeah, but the bottom line is you can shoot over 1,000 rounds through an AR without cleaning it. if you're ever in a situation where you're going to run through 1,000 rounds without
Yeah,
cleaning your gun,
you're
and you
fucked.
don't get shot, when the fuck is that going to happen?
It's never going to happen.
It kind of depends too on where you're at, though. You know,
I'm just saying. I mean,
your
if
environment.
you go through 1,000 rounds of ammunition, I mean, literally, if you go through 1,000 rounds of ammunition in a combat situation, and this gun will fucking function. It will go through 1,000 rounds of ammunition without hesitation.
Yeah, you're on the front line and you're having to reload and reload and reload until you're out of ammo. It's not going to malfunction on you with 150, 200 rounds of ammunition, which is all you can carry on you.
Well, I went
either gun, the AK or the AR, it's not going to malfunction on you.
Just a not a bonus, but a shout out for the AR. I have the cheapest AR fucking 15 ever. It's an AR Bushmaster Carbon 15. That fucking thing, I've got more backlash from the YouTube community for owning that gun. I took that to a oh crap. I'll remember the name of the course, but it's a patrol course where I have to go through and shoot. It was damn near 4,000 rounds over a 5-day period. I never cleaned that gun one fucking time. I had one malfunction that entire fucking time. I had guys out there with fucking $5,000 platforms with their upgrades and everything else, and they were fucking they were swearing, damn near throwing their gun because they were like, I think it just comes down to not a lot of luck.
Blue, when you did a reload, did you slap it in and tug to make sure that magazine was seated?
Fuck no. Whenever we're going through those drills, you fucking drop the fucking mag. You grab the mag you have, unless you're double stacked, which that was some of our drills. You either fucking drop it and slam the next one in, fucking hit the fucking release, and bam, you're right back at it. There's no fucking tugging and pulling, and because you have to shoot so many rounds within and it was a short ass amount of time. I mean, Christ, if you would have had, let's say, 2 failure to feeds or 2 whatever, you would have failed and had to start over again. My fight, other than that one, which it was a bitch, but that fucking thing just, I went through everything, and I fucking sat there and laughed at these people who spent thousands and thousands of dollars on an AR platform, and here's mine that I bought for fucking $700 a year prior to that, and I had not a fucking issue, and I wasn't shooting the good ammo. I was shooting Wolf Gold. That was what I was shooting. It's
still built on the Stoner principle. It's still basically the same gun.
The issue? Well, the point is that Blue shot 4,000 rounds of ammo without. He had one failure, and he probably cleared it. And that's going to happen. I don't give a fuck what kind of gun. Hell, I got a video where I show a fucking Glock fucking failure.
I carry Glock every day, and it fails.
I'm just saying,
1 out of 3,000 rounds.
You can't say that a AK is more reliable than an AR. That is not a blanket statement. That you can't throw that fucking argument out there. As much as fucking Matt wants to say that, it's not fucking true. Blue just said he shot 4,000 fucking rounds of ammunition without fucking cleaning his gun.
Well, the thing is, any mechanical device, whether it's a gun or anything else, if it's mechanical, it will fail at some point. Don't compare apples to apples or apples to oranges. If you take care of it, you lubricate it, you clean it enough, the chances are that it won't fail. It might fail, but do you know what to do when it does fail?
Well, one thing I'm really not thinking about is, the original M16 was designed for a trained, soldier. When the AK-47 was designed, they were still, more of a peasant rifle, so it wouldn't have to be maintained as much because it knew it probably wouldn't have been, and that's why it was so
AK
effective
was
in Vietnam.
designed for farmers to be able to use it without having any training. That's
Right.
what the AK was designed for. Yeah.
Right.
Am I pissing anybody off yet?
No, but TR is definitely off the stocking talk.
Well, you know, it's like all guns. You know, what's good for one person isn't necessarily good for someone else. It's whatever works for you. So, you know, you can't have too high of opinion on anything because it doesn't apply to everybody.
Well, you know, TR and a lot of people like the AK over the AR. I like the AR. That's what I was trained on. That's what I know how to use. That's what I know how to fix malfunctions on.
What about this?
Show that again.
It's a 5.56 AK that takes AR magazines.
So it's a, yeah, it's a, God, what's the word?
Bastard.
This one takes standard AR-15 magazines.
Yeah,
P-mag.
but it's an AR with the upper trunnion and everything, loose tires.
No, this is a straight AK.
But it fires 5.56.
Yeah, it's 5.56.
Okay.
Now with that AK that's designed to shoot 5.56, do you notice a difference between the design, you know, like shooting a regular AR-15 versus that AK that's designed to shoot the 5.56? Is there a huge difference?
What do you mean, like within
Well,
accuracy or?
Well, for anything, because it's the piston versus the.
Well, you're gonna have more recoil out of the piston than you are, but this thing's a lot heavier than the AR is.
So less muzzle rise or what?
Yeah, you get a lot less muzzle. I mean, you shouldn't get any muzzle rise out of an AR anyways.
Yeah.
Especially shooting semi-automatic. I bought this one because a friend of mine was needing money. And I put, I don't know, 500 or 600 rounds through it, and I like it, but it's heavy. It's a lot heavier than I feel like dragging around, and I don't like the folding stock on it. But
so if you're going to have to sling that across your shoulder or across your chest and walk for 8 hours,
I would grab this.
Yeah.
This is what I roll. Most of my guns I run just no optics. I usually have a light on this one, just straight K-bar stocks on them, just plain as you can get. I have some that are in the wood, but I like the synthetic a little bit better. But this one's Hungarian. It's called a SA85M, and these are probably actually my most popular video on YouTube. I talk about the best K ever produced, and I get so much crap, but this is probably one of the highest quality AKs that you can get. It's Hungarian, and people knock them because there's probably 4 or 5 people in the comments that say, you know, I shot one or I didn't like it or I looked it up and I wasn't impressed about it. But the tolerances on these, the way that they're put together, they're thicker receivers. They got better metallurgy in the barrel and in the receivers. And the ones before these, the pre-bands, the Castnars are better than this. But if you're going to be paying about $2,500 for a Castnar,
yeah.
When I picked these up, I bought this one probably about 10 years ago. I think I paid. I traded a Kimber for it, but I had probably about $400, $500 in the Kimber. I think at the time they were going for about $450 or $500, and now you can't touch them for. You're lucky if you get it for about $1,200, $1,300.
I think both platforms are great, and everybody needs to know how to shoot an AR and an AK.
Absolutely.
The one thing I don't like about the ARs is they have too many working parts. I mean, they have so many Oh Jesus springs that you take your grip off, you lose 2 springs.
You take a straight M16 M4 AR for somebody like me that's left-handed.
Oh
my
yeah.
God. It's a fucking pain in the ass to learn how to flip shit around and do all those.
And I'm
those
left-handed
buttons
too.
and
That's why.
the AK. Oh my God, for a left-handed person, that's so fucking easy.
And I built this right here. I don't know if you'll be able to see it or not, but that safety right there, I built it to be able to run left-handed.
Mm-hmm.
And you can run it. This is right-handed, but you can run it left-handed. I won't be able to show with the. Maybe I will.
I get that. The thing that I train myself to do is use a right-handed weapon as a left-handed person, because if I just run up on a weapon, it's not going to be tricked out just for me. I need to know how to run a right-handed weapon as a left-handed person.
Yeah, and I run. This is the only one that I have the left-handed safety on, but this is my main rifle that I use, and that little bit of
being left-handed like you and me are, it's just a
this.
pain in the ass.
Stop this. I gotta stop.
Okay.
All right. When your woman's wearing lingerie, you prefer white or black?
Well, I got a
I told
question.
you this chat was not going to be about guns. It was not going to be about politics. This was going to be a lingerie fucking chat. So we got to talk about fucking lingerie.
TR, when it comes to lingerie, my wife is very light-skinned. She's from the Netherlands. So, yeah, I like the black against the white.
Well, there you go.
That's just sexy as hell for me, yeah.
I agree.
All right, I'm going to go down the line. Blue.
Definite,
white or black?
Definite dark. A darker color. Especially whenever it's Jay Greg's wife.
Blue, damn it. I knew I saw your fucking phone number on her phone.
That was me.
C-Max, black or white?
Actually, I like red.
Okay, red. That'll do.
That'll work.
That's cool. Comms.
I'm going to go with the red.
Okay, red. There you go.
I'm thinking light-skinned women for red.
That's my last memory.
No. Red really shows up against light skin. It really does.
I'm trying to keep the chat light. I'm trying to keep it, fun, whatever. Parlusk, what do you prefer your significant other to wear?
Black, but if the woman's black, I prefer white.
Right on. Contrast. Right on, Parlusk. Right on.
It is your 6. I think he's gone. He might have took a smoke break. So anyway.
Oh, he's not going to talk about his wife. She'll smack him.
He's the one that wears black lingerie in the family.
Yeah,
Ooh,
I know both of them. I know both of them personally. She'll beat his ass if he fucking answers anything. So
yeah.
Yep.
She's like, you get in there and you put that lingerie on, and I want it in black. He complies.
So does Rick wear 4-inch high heels or 6-inch? Just kidding, Rick. I'm just kidding, Rick. I do it for my wife. I would.
Back to Blazing Saddles. What is your favorite freaking scene?
The beans.
And I'm gonna start with C-Mac.
Oh, for me, the sheriff holding the gun. Okay, sorry. I'll shut up.
Campfire scene, man. The Bean Fest.
Okay. How about you, Combs? What's your favorite scene from Blazing Saddles? I'm trying to keep this chat light. All I'm doing.
Yeah, much like Stockings, I don't remember the movie.
Oh my God! I had to send you a fucking copy too.
You might.
All right. It's on the way.
Hey, I just got the web camera working here. I was going to show you my AR.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, well, it's one
That's
of my, I call it my M forgery. Let's see if I can get this right here. Can you guys see here?
Yeah.
Is it coming up? So I got this from a buddy who needed some cash. It's a little longer barrel. This is the one I started using all the time at the retreat location. I've got another lower down in the safe, and I got a Daniel's Defense that I stopped using because I'm tired of cleaning it.
Hey, since we're talking about guns again, I want to know y'all's opinion on the binary triggers.
I want one.
Me too.
That's my opinion. I want one. I may or may not get one before the Farmageddon thing, just so everybody can have fun with it.
Well, you know, Kwood 23's got some, and hopefully the next week or so, I'm supposed to ride up your way, and we're supposed to get together and do some filming and do some testing on those. The double tap's only about $200 as opposed to those other ones that are like $4 to $6.
Yeah, problem is I need 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, what little and what was the channel name again? Because that's the ones I've been watching.
Kwood 23.
Yeah, Kwood. Yeah, okay, yeah.
You know,
yeah,
he's
that's the
moving
ones I've
up
been watching.
just south of UTR. He's supposed
Yeah,
to
I know. He's just right up the road from me, and
yeah.
I want one of those fucking things.
Yeah, I want one too. At least put in one of the ARs. I'm not going to buy one for everyone, but I want one then for sure.
The binaries are the one that shoots when you pull and then shoots when you let out. Right?
Correct. Yeah, he's got some good videos of it firing. It's pretty impressive so far.
But isn't there a difference between the models where, let's say you pull the trigger, fire that shot, you don't want that second shot to go off, you can flip the selector and stop it from working?
Yeah, the higher dollar ones will do that. The double tap, the 199 one will not. But supposedly those guys are working on having a third selector, you know, so that you can turn it off, so to speak.
So if you're in a hostage situation and you fire one round off and you're sitting there holding the trigger and you just like put one in the dirt and
or just shoot 2 rounds, one of the two. But yeah, I wouldn't use it other than just for fun.
Yeah, they're to me. I looked at them and they're kind of. I mean, even full auto. I mean, anybody that's handled rifles will tell you the only thing that you need full auto for is for cover fire to keep people's heads down.
Clear a room. Yeah, I don't want a full auto. I would like a 3-round burst though.
Yeah. Yeah, the binary system would be fun to play around with, but I really wouldn't consider it a combat type.
No.
You know,
it would be good
I got 2 ARs, so I could, you know, throw a trigger group in there and play around with it. It would just be a fun thing to do.
Yeah, exactly.
If you
beat it,
I mean, if you could perch yourself up on like an OP, you know, that's armored, and you had a couple beta mags, I mean, I can see where those triggers would come into play. You know, if you had to lay a lot of rounds down in a certain location, you know, you have a heavier barrel AR and, you know, 4 or 5 beta mags, you could, you know, perch somebody up on a hill and just lay it to them. So essentially, you'd use it as a nest gun.
Yeah, you guys were talking about the 3-round burst. Our department, we just ordered 3 of them, which it's not a lot, but we've never had a 3-round burst before, and we have to figure out our whole brand, you know, qualifying all that other shit because it's something completely new. So we got a hold of the FBI for a qualifying range. And for a 3-round burst, according to the FBI, and this is from the FBI, they are only, I guess what the hell they say, logistically accurate up to 12 yards for a 3-round burst. So we're supposed to, yeah, I don't know the right word, but we're supposed to kind of curtail our certifications and practicing for 12 rounds or 12 yards and under. Does that make sense? And that's coming from the FBI, but.
I've never shot a M16 that did a 3-round burst. The M16s that I had in the Navy were semi-auto or full auto. And trust me, once you go full auto, that fucking barrel rises and your accuracy goes to shit.
So with your experience, just with even shooting a full auto, I mean, does 12? I mean, just for accuracy's sake, does 12 yards sound kind of okay? Because by the time you get 3 rounds off, you know, you have that, even though it might only be a raise of 2 to 3 inches. If you go past that 12-yard boundary, which is 12 times 3 is what? Somebody quick math.
Well,
36 feet.
I think at 12 yards, yeah, you'd probably be pretty accurate at 12 yards. But after that, you're just like Parla said, you're just keeping heads down. I mean, you could have a 10-22, you know, a 22 fucking rifle and keep people's heads down. That's all you're doing at that point. You're just fucking firing at a general direction, and you're keeping heads down. That's all you're doing.
3-round burst is a whole lot more controllable than a full auto,
Right.
because you get the 3 shots and it comes up. You know, it's like pop, 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 and then when you let off, you reset. I've shot them at 25, 50, and 100 yards. And at 50 yards, I mean, you can eat a target up on 3-round burst. But when you get out to about 100 yards, you know, you're having to reset and get back on the target more. So if you slow yourself down, you can hit it right. But if you try to rush it, you'll start going everywhere out about 100 yards. But once you get used to them, you know.
You just start at the belly button.
Yeah.
Belly button, heart, forehead.
But those 3 rounds, I mean, they're not going to rise much at all. I mean, you're going to hit close the first 3 rounds, but they go off so fast, it doesn't rise that much.
Well, then it kind of makes sense, though, then that the FBI is coming out and saying that for the accuracy, because, I mean, we're not talking shit hit the fan situation. We're not talking wartime situation. We're talking about having to possibly take somebody out in a crowded area. So they're going to definitely buffer it down to the safest zone that they think.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so 12 yards for that is not, you know, but I see what you're saying with the 50, like with what Rick said, start at the belly button and you just zipper them up, belly, heart, head. Makes sense.
Well, and I think the best route's the double tap anyways.
If you shoot, a lot of my friends are military, most of them are infantry, Marine, and they'll even shoot semi-automatic. All of them shoot twice. I mean, when you go out to shoot with them, they're always shooting twice because they're used to that 3-round burst. And every one of them, when you shoot targets, you know, you tell them to shoot that target over there, and they'll shoot it twice just because they're used to that 3-round burst.
Well, Blue, let me ask you a question. Do you like the crotchless panties?
Oh, absolutely. And I think I made that very clear, and I think that's actually saved in my links, and I might put that back on the external. Absolutely. Adam and Eve has a sale right now, $15 for fishnet bodysuit crotchless. Bam. That's all I'm saying. I'm going to put the link
How
out.
about edible?
Yeah,
Hey, Blue.
edible, there you go.
Hey, Blue,
Yeah,
you're going to set up a GoFundMe page?
Nothing better than a fruit roll up.
For $15, I can afford that $15, brother.
Well, Rick,
The edible gets super messy really quick. Like those are like you pick them out and you're like, these are going to be fun, and then about 10 minutes into it, you're just like sticky and you're like, I just want to go take a shower.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you have to have dessert before you have dessert.
Yeah, yeah. Come on, man. It does get messy. It dissolves, but that's when you need to use your tongue very, very well. Clean that all out of there. She's
I don't
gonna
think
love you for it. She's gonna love you for it.
I don't think you're getting this date, TR.
Well, she's 2 states over. This
Hey,
is a
I'm back.
dare. She did this on a dare. She dared me to
Who was it?
do the whole chat has to do with fishnet stockings, lingerie, and so I'm just carrying it out. That's all.
So, how did it go from fishnet stockings to one-line stockings to edible lingerie?
Alcohol.
Well,
That's called
alcohol.
progression, Greg.
Okay.
There was
So y'all-
alcohol and guns thrown in there somewhere, and then we had to keep trying to reel it back in.
Yeah,
It's been a
reel it
tough
back
job. TR's been doing pretty good.
Now, seriously, if you have the edible undies and it gets sucked into a crevice, it's going to be harder to get that out of there. But, that's when you need to use your tongue skills.
All right, from a prepper's perspective, what's the shelf life of them, though? And how many do you have to put back?
Indefinite. It's sugar. It doesn't go bad.
Yeah, the fruit roll up.
Just keep it in a cool, dark place and you'll be fine.
And what's
They
the
need to make caffeinated one.
and what's the barter potential? Are those better than like
I don't know.
a Silver
Better.
Eagle or 50 rounds of 22 long rifle?
I don't know. It depends on how desperate he is.
I
But
think
I
you're
would-
into it. The last thing you want to do is eat edible panties off a
Yeah.
chick.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, you
I
you
might.
just take
You
the
might.
package and not even you skip the whole fun part and just call
Yeah,
it.
you might just treat it like a fruit roll up. And shit hits the fan. It's just edible.
I would
Here's
think
my-
that pussy. I would think that pussy would really be desirable in a shit hit the fan situation.
Oh, shit
It would
hit the
be-
fans. Shit hit the fan. If you have a string of, you have a stable of girls and you're a pimp, yeah, you could probably get anything that you wanted or needed.
But you don't want to go down there. I mean, unless
No.
you have. I mean, it's going to be like fish edible panties with hair covered in them. Like, it's going to get stuck.
Guys, be sensible. Toilet paper and condoms. That's what you need to stockpile.
Soap and razors is what you need to stockpile.
Yeah, or weed eater gas and in a roll of fucking weed eater whip.
I'm just saying, I'm just pointing out what's going to be valuable in the shit hit the fan situation. I'm telling you,
toilet paper,
the
masking
most
gill.
valuable fucking asset you could have.
Well,
I
toilet
come
And
from a
unfortunately,
younger generation that I've only experienced a bush like once in my life. And
Oh, you're so young. Oh my
yeah,
God,
I'm
you're so young.
32, and I'll give
Son,
you the lowdown.
son, if you cannot park the hedges and find the sweet spot, you're too damn young.
Oh, it's just nasty.
It's the chaunch.
I seriously was. I figured out what it was, and I was like, "No, this is not right." I was like, "There's
Seriously.
no way." Like, this chick's
Seriously.
22. Does she not know what's going on?
Seriously,
and I was like,
I do not
can't do
know.
anything with this. This is nasty.
Wait a
I
minute,
can't do anything
guys.
with this. I don't even know where to start.
I don't know where to.
Yeah. I don't want to touch this. I want to take a picture of it and then tell it to go home.
Yeah, it made things a little more difficult back in the day.
So what about that Ruger 1022?
Yeah, exactly. Those
Which
man, I
one?
tell you what, the tactical solutions ones are badass. Not as cool as the Bushmaster. But you got to remember though, that's like a free fire starter kit right there. Like you just get a little pocket knife and trim some of that off, and you got a little nest, a bird's nest you can put your kindling on top of.
God, you know how bad that would smell?
Yeah.
you have it up to your mouth, blowing it, you're like, and it finally takes off. It's all in your mouth and in your eyes. You can't get burnt hair smell off of you.
All right. Hey guys, guess what?
Not to
turn it serious again, but I just went upstairs and the wife told me I had to look it up real quick, and there was a deadly attack in a mosque in Quebec, Canada.
It's been in the side chat for like 30 minutes now, Blue.
I haven't been watching this.
Say it ain't so.
Yeah, for real.
So what are the details?
Not a whole lot. Of course, it's just like your basic CNN. There's like 900 people dead, and then it goes down to 200, and the last I saw was five dead. I don't know how many injured. But that's just, I mean, damn. Hey, look, Canada's, I don't want to say, it's not joining in a fight. That's fucking retarded if anybody does that. Walk into a mosque and shoot them up. But, I mean, damn. It's happening in Canada now. Holy shit. Now what's going to happen?
I say fuck Islam. Quit letting any immigrants come to America from a Islamic state country and kiss my ass if you don't agree with it. I don't give a fuck.
I'm trained.
I have a lot of Islamic friends. And I mean, I really do. I probably have 20 or 30 really close Muslim friends. And like, I think, I mean, they're not radical, but, you know, I hung out with them all throughout college. And I mean, it is hard to decipher the bad ones from the good ones. But I mean, it's just like Christians. I mean, you have bad Christians and good Christians.
You know how you tell, Parvel?
What's that?
The vest they're wearing.
Yeah.
You know, why are you always wearing that vest? What is that thing?
What's this clicker?
Yeah, what's this little red button right here? Don't do it. So you are part of a splinter cell organization, don't even know it.
Probably. I'm sure I'm on a watch list.
Oh, we're all
well, all of them are from Turkey. They're not from like Afghanistan or Syria. They're from our allies.
You on a half a dozen after this chat.
Yeah. No, you all are on a half a dozen after this chat. Like, oh look, Parlusk is back on a chat. Who are these other guys on here?
Yeah, I picked the wrong time to start joining these things.
Yeah.
Yeah, no shit. Ta-da, C-Max. All right, what's the next good question there, TR?
Let's see. Let me think of something good.
You already lost this date.
Yeah, I already lost the date.
He'll find a new one. If not, he's got a
lingerie that like props their boobs up. But it's at the same time exposes them. I'm gonna fuck y'all up. I'm telling you this.
What are your options though? You only said one, right?
Well, I mean, because some lingerie may actually cover the boobs up. I want to know if you prefer the ones that like prop the boobs up or the one that cover the boobs up.
Is it a rhetorical question? It does want to know.
I'll take either or. I'll take the ones where you don't have to wear anything and they're still propped up. That's what I'm talking about.
What the hell is Blue doing over there with his hands?
I'm bongo playing. I wanted to be propped up, you know. Boom, boom, boom. I mean, once the lingerie's off it, then it's a completely different story. But I want them bitches propped up. You can see them. You can stare at them. And if you need to, well, never mind. I'm not going to go into too much detail, but you can put stuff on there if you need to. I think they call that a necklace or something.
How many kids you have?
Too many now. No, I'm remembering back to the good old days. All right, I'm living my high life.
Yeah, you gotta go back a couple decades. Oh yeah, I had one like that.
That was pre-hair.
Man, I got a story for you guys, but I would tell this because this was from my first marriage. Man, we were young, and the only way to look at my first marriage was it was like our high school, or not our high school years, our college years. Man, I got stuck one time in a very bad situation. She had a belly button ring, and I'm just going to leave it at that.
Well, you finally did it. We finally got a thumbs down.
I'm starting to think Blue's young now.
Good job, Blue. You gave us a thumbs down, buddy.
Oh, Christ, it only took a half an hour.
Oh, don't worry. We'll work on getting a few more for you, TR.
Blue is young. Blue's in his 30s. He's a kid on the block.
Oh, wait. Blue got the thumbs down, not me?
No, that was me.
Damn.
I asked for it.
Well, damn. I thought it would be me.
Yeah, anti-gravity boobs for the win. That's what I'm talking about.
I get at least one thumbs down every chat. Every chat. If I don't get a thumbs down, I'm almost disappointed.
If you didn't get a thumbs down, TR, is because I forgot to check out the video and give you a thumbs down.
Me.
TR, this is the best chat ever. You only got one thumbs down.
It's still early, Greg. Don't worry.
There for a while, it was getting Christ, TR. There for a while, you were up to like 30.
Oh,
hey,
we're up to 2.
Everybody on the panel can jump out real quick and do it.
What's weird is I can't see how many
now.
Ooh, is that Parvel? That's, I mean, dude, you're roboting bad.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, TR Misfits out there, if you want to,
we lost our 2.
Toss them a link.
Now, I actually started this chat on time. So in 4 minutes, I'm going to end this chat.
Well, that's just we better hurry up and get a few more thumbs downs then.
Yeah, right on. No, we're up to 5. 31 to 5.
Blue was here with me, and we actually started this chat actually at 9:30, dead on time.
Right?
Probably a first.
I'll give you a thumbs up.
I appreciate it.
Hey, are you able to see how many people are watching now? Because ever since they changed that Google thing, it has everything but how many people are watching now.
Well, for me, it says 48, but
48.
Yeah, I see 48 too.
Yeah, 48. That's what I see.
Minus the 7 that are in the chat who have it up also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
4 minutes, huh? That sucks. It's still early in California. What am I going to do?
Here till after we were an hour into it, man. And then you took a smoke break.
I know. I was in there taking a crap when I heard you guys shit talking. Man, I was going to come in here with my guns blazing. Mr. Campbell and Blue.
oh, thank you.
I didn't give no shit to nobody.
I warned all of you, if you brought me into this chat, you were going to lose.
I think it's fun.
You're going to lose people, TR.
Hey, Blue, you got that wood stove running to your right?
What?
Is that a wood stove to your right?
It's a clock or a gun rack thing.
No, it's a karaoke. Wait a minute, to my right. Oh, you mean this? You mean this right here? This little
Yeah.
On the camera, it's going to be to your left.
Yeah, that's just a. I'm in the basement. That's just like one of the support poles that run up. It's a metal pole.
Oh, I thought it was a chimney for a wood stove.
Nah. I wish I had one of those, but yeah, that's just my my seated stripper pole from back in the day.
All right.
I wish it was a wood stove.
I'm going to go ahead and say this. As far as the gun, bushcrafting, prepping community, you guys jumping in here, the people in the comment section, I pay attention to what's going on out there. And believe it or not, this is one of the biggest chats there are in our community.
Oh yeah.
Other chats. I've been involved in other chats, and they'll have like 12 or 15 people watching their chats.
Yep.
The fact that right now we have almost 50 people watching, this is a really big chat, and I'm not trying to chest pump or whatever. I'm just saying that we have a really big community here, and on these chats, I know I try to trip y'all up and talk about lingerie and stuff like that. I kind of did that on purpose just to see how the chat went, and
Right. It's not going to save your date.
Right on.
yeah. But we ended up having 50 plus people watching this chat, and well, actually it's more than that, but I'm just saying continuously there were 50 plus people watching this chat.
Mhm.
And I want to thank everybody here for coming in and hanging out and chit-chatting with us. I appreciate it. That's all I want to say.
Hey, TR, Sunday nights are for fun and Tuesday nights are for serious chats. So you're doing great, man. We all love you.
No, I agree. I agree with what you're doing, TR, because I mean, yeah, I'm subscribed to those larger gun channels also that do some of the other gun chats or prepping chats. And like you said, they're lucky if they top out at 15 people watching, and there's like 7 people on the panel, and they're all big channels, and they've got just that little tiny bit watching, and it's kind of like, man, what you're doing something right, whatever it is, keep it up, man.
Well, one night we had TR. You remember this? We had it was right at 100, and we kept it till like 80 something for like at least an hour. It was always in the 80s, and we peaked up to 100 one night. I don't remember. It was quite a few months ago now. That was a crazy night.
That was probably one of the chats leading into the primary or the primary. I mean, that I think actually that was probably what it was, because I remember I was out in my garage that night and I had my tablet over here and I kept kind of updating people on what states went to what. That chat, holy shit, that was probably, I mean, that was like people that are sick and tired of fucking CNN and MSNBC and AT&T and whatever other channels you got going on. It was awesome that people tuned into this to basically get their quote unquote news, but we were just broadcasting what was that was a good chat, and I think that was the one you're talking about.
What about the night with the ad hoc giveaways?
That was a while ago. For sure. We have a serious question out there though. Big or small nips?
I like big nips.
Small.
It depends which part you're talking about.
Big,
like
big.
if you're talking about the whole thing, the colored part, like African safari style.
So areola or the actual nipple.
Exactly. Like,
but to be honest, either way is as long as I'm
TR, I'll take them all.
I'll take it either one. I don't.
In the dark, they all feel the same.
That's funny.
Am I reading Braille?
All the same, huh? So, never mind.
Yeah, but when we did that the election night chat, there were comments in there that people were saying like, "Look, I cut my TV off. I'm listening to you guys."
Yep.
And they literally were watching our chat, and that was their updates. And Blue was giving us an update, every time something changed, and they were people watching that chat and relying on us to give them their information.
Right on, TR. That was what everybody was relying on for the truth instead of watching mainstream media. Yeah, that was awesome. That was awesome.
So
up until I got too drunk and had to leave.
Or TR.
Nah. Parville, you're
Oh,
still.
come on, be honest, everybody. Nobody was sober during that night.
No.
Which night? Primary or election?
Is Parville roboting for anybody else? He keeps trying to
Yeah.
make a comment, but he's just like,
Yeah, he's roboting.
I thought Trump was going to lose, so I took 2 vacation days from work, voted, went out to the cabin. I was going to stick my head in the sand and cry. Tripped over a 12-pack. That son of a bitch won. I woke up the next morning and felt like shit and sent out one of the Twitter posts. It never felt so good to feel so shitty.
That was a great day, America.
Yes,
Went
it
down-
was.
Went down to Shirley's Diner, $4.50 for 2 eggs over easy and some bacon. America.
Hell yeah.
how quickly did it come back up?
I kept that shit down. It was a whole new country. The whole goddamn town was buzzing. It was great.
All right, guys. Let's go ahead and end this. I got to go to work tomorrow. It's 11:35 here on the East Coast, and it's been a great chat. And I've had fun trying to trip you guys up with the lingerie questions. And I'm gonna let everybody do an outro, and I'm gonna start with Rick. Is your six?
All right, I'll trip you up, TR.
Nope.
You ready for this shit? Goat or blow up doll? Now that's what I'm talking about.
I would take a blow up doll over a goat.
All right. No, I figured I'd have fun with that. Thanks again, TR. That was fun. It was a fun night screwing off. And I appreciate everybody out there in the external.
That's going to be
Get a
hard
chance.
to top, Rick. That's going to be hard to top.
Yeah, everybody give TR a question on your way out. But come over, check out my channel, and hopefully you enjoy it. See you guys. Thanks, TR.
Yeah, thanks, Rick. If anybody has not subscribed to Is Your Six Covered, go over there and check him out. He is actually I know him personally. He is a good guy.
Yep.
Parlusk, is your shit working?
Can you hear me? I'm still a robot.
Yeah, a little bit.
Crabs or syphilis?
That came cool. Crabs.
I think crabs, but I'm not sure.
Well done, Parvell.
Both can be cured.
All right, Greg, you want to do an outro, man?
Oh, outro. I don't have an intro, so why would I have an outro? Everybody go check out my channel. There's nothing there for you to see.
All right. Comms
question?
Prepper, would you like to do outro, brother?
Sure. All right, TR. Next time you have this chat, you got to report back how that date went. I think you're sunk, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, I don't think I impressed her at all. It was Blue 823. Would you like to do an outro?
Well, if she was drinking along with us, you probably did impress her somewhat, because she would probably think this shit was just as funny as we did. Just in the outro real quick, all you people that are, out there bullshit with the bullshit at the airports. You know what? As soon as we take care of our vets, our homeless vets, our mental health vets, our drug abuse vets, our alcoholic vets, and that goes for every other citizen in the United States. As soon as we take care of our own people, we'll open our borders up. As far as I'm concerned, we'll help you. We are not the goddamn Salvation Army of the world. That's all I got to say. And until we take care of our own, I'm sorry, guys. Take care of your own. We'll take care of our own. That's all I got. Thanks, TR.
And for the chick that was watching for TR, I just want to tell her that he's a good guy. and he's really. We were hanging out one time when we were kissing. I opened my eyes, and he had his eyes shut. He didn't have his eyes open. It means a lot.
All right, with that, I'm going to end this. And thanks everybody for coming by. And I know I tried to trip up everybody and made this tried my best to make this a funny chat, a bullshit chat, and we still got serious here and there talking about guns and shit like that. But anyway, thanks for hanging out, and thanks for supporting my chat. I really appreciate it, and we'll see you Tuesday night. Later.